So, what is the Zombie Awareness Club?
It's a club just to, hear people's ideas, see what they think zombies might be, how they may act, where the infection may start, and how it will start.
All right. What causes a person to become a zombie?
Well, what I've heard, probably the most scientific reason, if you're looking for that, is a mutated form of rabies. And of course, that would explain the anger, irrational thinking, transferred through saliva, things people would think of when, imagining a zombie.
And do you happen to know what the human to zombie ratio is in major cities?
The human population would almost be depleted. If you're lucky, there may be at most 50 survivors, but that's only because they've either turned against each other, maybe commit cannibalism to the others. You don't know what's going to happen, so your best bet is, again, just to stay away from large cities.
Yeah, and due to the increase in zombie population, wouldn't that cause a lack of food shortage?
Yes, it would create a lack of food shortage for the zombies, but you can't really worry about that. You're going to have to just worry about surviving, making sure that you don't become their next dinner.
All right. Are there certain breeds that tend to live in certain areas?
Well, it's not an entirely factual statement. For as many different types of zombies that there are that many different types of people. So whatever the zombie was in life, it will be in zombie death.
Due to the increase of zombies and the decrease of humans, how can a human survive?
Well, see, the zombies are just going to shuffle around aimlessly looking for the food. So if you just leave them to their own actions, they'll just wander around and be able to find you. So just avoid them. You'll be fine.
What resource is the biggest burden?
It'd probably be a tie between food, fuel, and ammo.
And where is the best place to shoot a zombie?
The head, preferably the head.
Preferably the head. And what is your weapon of choice?
My weapon of choice would be something long range so that I don't have the threat of them coming and biting me. Perhaps a sniper rifle.
So, what are some guidelines that you live by to survive in a zombie apocalypse?
Well, you always need the necessities: food, water, a weapon. That's always needed. Traveling in a small group is always a good thing. You don't want to travel in like a group like 20 people. You're going to attract a lot of attention. More than likely, you're not going to make it in the long run.
Okay. And what is the best way to escape from a zombie?
Escaping from a zombie? You're better off just killing it.
What is the best form of transportation?
Well, motorcycle, general cars, motor vehicles, they use gas, and whenever the zombie outbreak occurs, that's going to be one of the first thing everybody goes for, gas. So that'll be very rare to find. But personally, I find actually walking a lot better than most any sort of transportation. You don't really have anywhere to go. A car, draws a lot of attention, a lot of noise. So personally, I'd see actually walking to be the best source of transportation.
In some cases, would it be a good idea to appoint a leader?
A leader? Personally, I think having a leader is a very good idea. How you go about it, you don't want the person who just wants the power just to have it. You don't want them to be the leader. Usually somebody of authority, such as like a police officer or something like that.
If you had only one weapon to defend yourself against a zombie, what would be the best weapon of choice?
For me personally, it'd have to be a shotgun, not sawed-off, just a normal shotgun with buckshot, maybe 12 gauge. It could be a little bit lighter, 14 or 16, just because the amount of zombies that would go down would be beneficial to, ammo consumption.
And do you have any general guidelines for surviving a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, there are a few, such as wearing tight clothes so that way you don't risk tripping on anything. Smaller groups, the larger the group, more attention you might attract to yourself. Stay away from large cities, and never ever focus on rebuilding a town.
And what would you say is your weapon of choice?
My weapon of choice, probably either a crossbow or a pistol with a silencer on it. Mostly just you don't want to draw awareness that, you don't want to draw a zombie crowd in. And if, you do end up being attacked by a large group, well, that's why you're in a group. You have, other people with better weapons such as, shotguns, sniper rifles to help you out.
And besides destroying the zombies, would a zombie make a good pet?
Yes, as one of my colleagues said, if you've ever seen Shaun of the Dead, it would make a good pet if you could train it.
So, Zach, do zombies make good pets?
Does that answer your question?